My mother said, don't have kids until your sister has hers. My sister got pregnant, then I did. She lost her baby. My parents begged, give her your baby or everything we prepared will go to waste. I stood quietly, then did something that left them pale. Months later, my sister got pregnant and a week after her announcement, I found out I was too. They celebrated her every day and ignored my news entirely. But when my sister lost her baby during labor, my parents showed up at my door begging me to give her my child, saying everything they prepared would go to waste. I said, so I don't deserve a family of my own. My father snapped, stop being selfish. It's always about you. What about your sister? I stood there quietly, then did something that left them completely pale. My sister. Tanya has been the center of my parents' world since we were children. I'm older by 2 years, but you'd never know it from the way resources and attention flowed in our family. Tanya got the bedroom with the bay window. Tanya got the car. At 16, Tanya got her college fully funded while I took out loans that took me until 29 to pay off. When my mother pulled me aside at that dinner, I was 31, married to my husband Owen for 3 years, and we've been quietly discussing starting a family. Her instruction was clear. Wait, let Tanya go first. Everything was arranged. For Tanya's firstborn, the nursery at my parents' house trust fund. My father had been building a whole blueprint for a grandchild that was supposed to come from her and only her. I told Owen what my mother said. He stared at me for a long time. That's not their decision. I know. So what do you want to do? I want to live my life. We didn't wait. When Tanya announced her pregnancy at a Sunday dinner 3 months later, the house erupted. My parents cried. My father brought out champagne he'd been saving. My mother showed everyone the nursery she'd spent $12,000 decorating. 1 week after Tanya's announcement, I found out I was pregnant, too. I called my mother to share the news. She was quiet for about 5 seconds and she said, already I told you to wait. I'm not waiting for permission to have a child. This is going to take away from your sister's moment. Her moment doesn't cancel mine. My mother hung up without congratulations. For the next 7 months, my parents posted about Tanya's pregnancy on social media almost daily, ultrasound updates, belly photos, nursery progress pictures. They threw her a shower with 60 guests at a rented event space with catered food and a professional photographer. They bought her a $3,000 stroller with all-terrain wheels, a convertible crib that transformed into a toddler bed and then a full-size headboard and enough designer baby clothes to fill 2 closets. My father installed custom shelving in the nursery he built at their house. My mother knitted blankets and embroidered the baby's name on everything she could find. They didn't call me once about my pregnancy, not once in 7 months. No congratulations text, no ultrasound questions, no offer to help set up our nursery, nothing. Owen's parents picked up every piece of the slack. They came to every ultrasound. They helped us set up the nursery in our apartment. They threw us a small shower with Owen's side of the family and my 2 friends who actually cared. Then Tanya's delivery went wrong. Complications during labor, an emergency that ended in the worst possible outcome. Tanya's baby didn't survive. It was devastating. I wouldn't wish that grief on anyone, not even someone whose family had spent my whole life telling me. I was second priority. I sent flowers. I wrote a letter. I called Tanya and told her I loved her and I was there for whatever she needed. She thanked me and hung up crying. 2 weeks later, my parents showed up at my apartment unannounced. My mother's eyes were red. My father looked like he hadn't slept in days. They sat on my couch and my mother started talking. We need to discuss something difficult. Everything we prepared, the nursery, the trust fund, the savings, it was all for Tanya's baby. Now it's just sitting there unused. I waited. We think the best solution for everyone is for you. To let Tanya raise your baby. You're young. You can have another one. But Tanya needs this. She needs something to hold on to. I couldn't speak for about 10 seconds. Owen stepped forward from the hallway where he'd been listening. You're asking us to give away our child. My father's jaw tightened. Stop being selfish. It's always about you. What about your sister. I stood there looking at 2 people who had spent my entire life telling me I was less important and were now asking me to hand over my child to prove it. Then I picked up my phone and called my attorney. In front of them, I said one sentence. I need a formal cease and desist drafted tonight regarding any future contact from my parents about the custody or transfer of my unborn child. My mother's face went white. My father stood up. You're lawyering up against your own parents. You came to my house and asked for my baby. They left without another word. My daughter was born 6 weeks later. Her name is June. My parents have never met her.